Do da da do da do da da do do do. Ba da 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 do da da do da do da da do do do. Do 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 da da do da da do da do da da do da do.
What are you doing?
I'm lighting out fireworks.
Oh, Ernie, you really shouldn't be doing that alone. You really should be letting an adult supervise.
Oh, okay, we'll go find me an adult and have them supervise.
I'm an adult!
Oh, yeah, that's right. You are an adult. Hang on 1 second. Here, hold this one. Supervise this firecracker.
Okay. Anyway. You motherfucker!
What the fuck is going on in here? Ernie, what are you doing?
I'm lighting up firecrackers.
No, don't light off firecrackers in here. You could cause a fire. Somebody could blow off their... Jesus Christ, dude. That's your whole fucking hand.
Yeah. Oh my god, I gotta get to the hospital.
I gotta get to a hospital. I used to do hardcore wrestling in Japan. I used to be so tough, and now I'm not. Oh, I lost a hand.
Ernie, you're not helping the situation right now. Okay, Plump blew his fucking hand off.
Yeah, and we have a whole show to do.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
We're doing the 4th of July show today.
No, I'm not doing... That's lame, man. I'm not doing that. That's... No, I don't want to do a 4th of July show.
We're already doing it.
So we are. Well, I got nothing else going on today. Might as well do a 4th of July show.
I think I really need to go to the hospital.
If you're going to whine the entire time, we're not going to do the special, okay? Now, hit us with some of that theme music. No, not that song.
Good evening, listeners, and all the ships at sea. You are now listening to the Swortz Dreamboat presents 4th of July Extravaganza, starring Swortz, Ernie, and the Mass Plump. Special appearances by Benjamin Franklin and the Statue of Liberty. And now, your host, Swortz Dreamboat.
It burns.
Well, whining's not gonna do anything about it. Hang on, let me put some of this peroxide on.
Ernie, that's alcohol. That's different. Oh, hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is the Swortz Dreamboat 4th of July Spectaculare or Extravaganza or whatever. I mean, like, it doesn't really matter. Listen, it's not about the day. It's about being tricked into making a holiday special. See, we had gotten canceled by the network.
What network?
The network. And, that's why you haven't heard new shows. But we do have a long-standing tradition of releasing a show on a holiday, whether we agree with the holiday or we don't agree with the holiday.
What holidays don't you agree with?
I mean, like, right now, this one, I suppose, like, there's nothing really to jump up and celebrate.
But there's fireworks.
Yeah, but there's fireworks every other day. Listen, we're based out of Pennsylvania. The fireworks start when the weather gets nice and they go until like fucking Halloween. So like, it's like this one. Thanksgiving is like, kind of iffy, It's like, what are we celebrating there? Christmas.
You have a problem with Christmas?
Yeah, I do. We don't talk about how Santa died for our sins, and the whole thing's about fucking Jesus going around giving out presents.
I think you got that backwards.
I don't think I do. But yeah, so those are just a couple holidays. Are there any holidays that you guys don't agree with?
I don't agree with Halloween.
Why? Why don't you agree with Halloween?
Well, because it's not about being scary anymore. Everybody just wants to be a sexy cat. You walk out there and it's just sexy cats as far as the eye can see.
So far, I don't agree with you. I mean, that's one thing that's like something in support for Halloween for me.
Yeah, who doesn't love a sexy cat?
Well, that's not the point, though. It's supposed to be scary, not sexy.
Yeah, but we live in a very like puritanical society, so to a lot of people, seeing a scantily clad cat, that's scary to them.
Yeah, but it's not scary to me.
Yeah, but okay. So you could have your opinion. You don't like Halloween because you don't agree with how sexy it's gotten. Am I right? Is that, could we say that?
We could say that.
Ernie, would you say that?
I would not say that. You know what holiday I don't agree with?
What one?
Easter.
Okay. Why Easter?
Because nobody talks about how the Easter Bunny was crucified, died, and was buried, and rose 3 years later. And they don't talk about. All they talk about is how Jesus goes around giving out eggs and chocolates and candy and cavities.
I think you got that backwards.
I don't think I did.
That was like kind of the same joke that I just did. But that's okay. So here we are, whether we want to be here or not, and we're doing a thing. And we have guests, apparently. We have a whole itinerary here. Look at this. We have Poems for America. We have Ernie's American History. Oh, we have a wrestling match for somebody.
I just blew my fucking hand off. I can't wrestle.
You go on and on about how like you were this big bad hardcore wrestler.
Like 30 years ago. 30 years ago. I'm pushing 60.
Well, you're the wrestler, and you got to wrestle if we have wrestling. So, and I'm really excited. Through my connections in New York City, we will have the Statue of Liberty coming in later for an interview, and I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy awesome. I'm not like big into like patriotism, but I thought the Statue of Liberty was fucking fantastic in Ghostbusters too. Really brought an element of surprise to the movie, and I think they just needed another big kaiju fucking bad guy or good guy in this case. But like last time they had the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. This time they had the anyway. Now comes the part of the show which I think you'll really enjoy. It is.
For you listeners at home, Swortz is lighting a joint.
Nobody talks when you're lighting a joint.
And they shouldn't. It should be respected.
But yet, I spoke.
We're going to go into Ernie's American History, where Ernie tells you the history of this country. And without further ado, Ernie's American History.
So basically, America's story is about power and violence. There were the natives, and they had a big problem with the Irish coming into the country because they were starting to take over the 5 Points with their gangs. And the natives, they wanted to hold sway over the 5 Points. So they elected a leader named Bill the Butcher Cutting, and he challenged Priest Vallon to a fight. And it was going to be a battle to see who holds one and all the sway of the 5 Points. And eventually, in the fight, the natives win. And they kill Priest Vallon, but Priest Vallon's son saw it, and he got sent off to an orphanage, but he always knew about Bill the Butcher, and he always planned on getting his revenge. And flash forward like 20 years later.
Ernie, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt. You're just talking. This is just the plot of Gangs of New York.
Yeah, America was born in the streets.
Right, but that's not like the history of America. Like that's like kind of way into the story, like New York is already like built up and established, Tammany Hall, all that shit. Like that's way late, like America, like it was already a thing. So that's not, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but like what you're talking about right now is just the plot of a Martin Scorsese movie.
And a wonderful movie at that.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not a good movie. It's fantastic. Daniel Day-Lewis alone carries that movie. I mean, like, you could delete all the other scenes and just have his scenes, and it would still be a phenomenal movie. But the point of this piece was to talk about American history.
Oh, okay. All right. I got this one. I got it. So Daniel's brother Derek was a leader in the neo-Nazi movement.
All right, Ernie. That's American History X. Okay, are you just gonna talk about movies?
Probably. Do you want me to tell you the real history of America?
I mean, I know it, and I'm sure the people out there listening know it. We don't have to do this segment unless you want to just continue to talk about gangs of New York.
No, but I would like to bust out my Daniel Day-Lewis impression.
All right. Okay, go for it. How old are you, Amsterdam? I'm not sure, sir. I never did quite figure it. I'm 47. 47 years old. You know how I stayed alive this long? All these years? Fear. The spectacle of fearsome acts. Somebody steals from me, I cut off his hands. He offends me, I cut off his tongue. He rises against me. I cut off his head and stick it on a pike, raise it high up so all on the streets can see. That's what preserves the order of things. Fear. Wow, Ernie, that was some powerful stuff. And, I mean, in a roundabout way, ain't that America? But we're not here to get political today.
You're doing a 4th of July show on the 4th of July. You don't want to get political.
No. How do you like that? All right. Well, that was Ernie's American History. Excellent. Thank you, guys. All right, great. Ernie, good job. That was good.
Thanks. I really wish that I had watched the movie, though. I don't know if I said it in the exact cadence.
No, you did fine. People will like Daniel Day-Lewis will like it. He'll be calling up soon, you know. He also did a pretty good DiCaprio, Irish accent DiCaprio in that. I like that.
What was up with Cameron Diaz's accent in that movie?
It kind of like fades in and out. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't ruin the movie for me, but it is something that I totally noticed.
The kid from E.T. is in that movie.
Henry Thomas, he is in that movie. Yeah, absolutely. So merrily we roll along. We got things to do. I got things to do today.
Thought you said you didn't have any plans.
I might go to the water park later.
Oh, can I come to the water park?
You are not allowed to come to the water park anymore. And do you want to tell everybody what you did?
I set the wave pool to tsunami.
He set the wave pool to tsunami. Ridiculous. You know they had to pull like 40 people out of that one tube that you shot them into a fucking water slide. I'm lucky I'm allowed to go there. I'm lucky I didn't get arrested for that.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's like if Ernie does something, you do something.
Don't break the fourth wall. We're not doing that today.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
God. And your wound is starting to bleed a little bit. You're going to want to patch that up. Actually, Ernie, let me see one of those firecrackers. Hold this for a second, and I'll let you know when to let it go. All
right. Anyway, oh, my fucking fingers!
What a boob!
This guy just holds fireworks until they go off. Like, what's the matter with you?
I have a lot of concussions, and I don't know. I tend to do what people tell me to do. I'm a people pleaser, and I've been working on that. Anyway,
indeed. Ernie, could you go ahead and fire up the time machine? We have a very special guest. I can't believe that we got him. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the founding fathers of this country, Benjamin motherfucking Franklin. All right. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben. Ben. Hi.
Hello. Oh, how wonderful it is to be in the future.
How is the country doing?
Anyway, welcome to Swortz Dreamboat presents the 4th of July extravaganza. It's great that you're here. I have a lot of questions that I want to ask.
Love your enemies, for they tell you your fault.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, maybe like show a little respect, Ben. This is, I know you're new to this time period, but on our show, guests know how to act.
All right, Plump. So do hosts. Jesus, he's a guest host. Actually, you know what? Matter of fact, go get him something. Get him a Dr. Pepper. That'll fucking blow his mind. Anyway, Ben, I'm sorry about that.
He that falls in love with himself will have no rival.
Yep, that's also a thing that you said. Anyway, I was thinking, like, back in your day, I know you bagged a lot of French prostitutes. How many French prostitutes did you bag?
There never was a good war or bad peace.
Am I supposed to read between the lines there? That really, he doesn't really. Ernie, what do you make of this guy?
I don't know. He looks kind of like Tom Wilkinson.
He does kind of look like Tom Wilkinson. I thought he would have a Boston accent, considering he's from Boston.
Here's your fucking Dr. Pepper.
He that lies with dogs shall rise up with fleas.
All right, I've taken about enough lip from you, pal. And I'm thinking we step into that squared circle so I could give your colonial ass a little beating.
Oh, this is the wrestling match that I was talking about earlier. All right, let's get in a position. Ben Franklin, you are going to fight the Mass Plump in one fall. All right, everybody take your positions. I'm really excited about this.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Coming to the ring from Reno, Nevada, weighing 350 pounds at 5'10", the Masked Plump. And his opponent from Milk Street, Boston, weighing 220 pounds at 5'9", Benjamin motherfucking Franklin. I'm gonna wail on you. You colonial douchebag.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the fight of the century. Benjamin Franklin versus the Mass Plump.
Yeah, Swortz, the Mass Plump looks like he's in rough shape. He doesn't have a hand, and two of the fingers on his other hand are missing. That puts him at quite a disadvantage. But also, Benjamin Franklin probably never wrestled before. I don't know much about the man.
Oh, it's gonna be a slobber knocker. You see, we got two titans in the ring right now. One of them who actually did something for this country and people remember, and then the other one is the Mass Plump.
Oh my God, Jim Ross?
That's right. I wouldn't miss this slobber knocker for the world.
Wow, it's great that you could be here and on such short notice.
This is gonna be a real barn burner, King.
Okay, you can call me King if you want. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna fucking bust your face wide the fuck open.
Better slip with the foot than the tongue.
What?
Look before, or you'll find yourself behind.
Ah!
Oh! Sharpshooter.
Suplex.
Slobber knocker.
Pile driver.
Choke slam.
Slobber knocker.
Ooh, Ben Franklin's got him in the camel clutch. Oh, he's tapping out. He's tapped the Plump. He's tapping out. Look, he's tapping out.
Wow, what a quitter. All right, fellas. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm going to go now.
Yeah, you better leave before you start sounding exactly like Vince McMahon.
That's an insult.
Yeah, okay. Bye, JR. All right, Plump, so you lost.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that. I mean, it's a fucking audio show. How long do you want us to spend on a wrestling match that nobody can see? Ben Franklin, I really want to thank you for coming on today. Do you have anything else you want to tell everybody before you go back in the time machine?
Shout your stones at your neighbors if your own windows are glass.
All right, let's give it up for Ben Franklin and his ever-changing accent. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for coming in. All right, so what's next on the agenda? We just did the fight. I think we have the Poems for America is next. So that should be really exciting. Plum?
Yeah, okay. A beautiful idea. Freedom, a thrill. Wealth inequality, but a free refill. Eagles, might. Purple Mountain's majesty. Warhawks, fright. Greed is a tragedy. America is bleeding. America is needing. Help is all gone. Courage receding. Who is there to answer the call? Who will bear witness to even see it fall? America is closed. No one in the store. Nobody wants to work anymore.
You didn't fucking write that.
He is right. There's no way you wrote that.
What? Wait, you say you disagree with it?
No, not at all. But I know you didn't write that. That's way too articulate. You may have written some of it.
Fine, I wrote the end.
Yeah, that makes sense. The whole America, nobody wants to work anymore. That's something that you would say. The rest, though, that's not. You've been hanging around that coffee shop again, haven't you?
Maybe.
That's not your work. That's that art student's work. You need to credit her for that. That's plagiarism. You can't just steal other people's work.
Yeah, but it's opened my eyes to the truth, you guys. Because I used to be so patriotic, blindly patriotic. And now I see the truth that this isn't the good place. We're not the good guys that we say that we are. And
I don't think she's listening, Plump. Like I'm glad that you woke up to this conclusion. I'm glad that you're seeing the world differently. But she's not gonna bang you, dude. She's not. You're old enough to be her dad. Like it's just kind of creepy that you're still pursuing her. You really should pursue somebody like maybe closer to your own age who maybe has the same amount of limbs that you have blown off. It's about compatibility. And again, like, I'm not discrediting you, but like, you shouldn't pretend to be someone you're not just to impress somebody else. That's all I'm going to say. Ernie, your poem about America.
Okay. Bam kaboom, 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 bam kaboom. This is our oil, not your oil. This is our oil. Bam, 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 bam. This is our oil. Hey, do you got oil? This is our oil. Bam, 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 bam.
You guys are little spitfires today. All right, that was that was Poems for America. I gotta say, both of you. I mean, Plump plagiarized his. Plump stole his from like an art student, but he's going to return it, and he's going to leave her alone.
I don't know. I think I really have a shot with her. And if she is listening, I just want her to know that she's inspired me to run for office.
Yeah, you're going to run for office, Plump? What office?
Probably dog catcher.
Oh, Jinx, you are earning a Coke. Dog catcher. All right, that's great. What's your platform? Like, what do you stand for?
Everybodyism.
Everybodyism.
Yeah, he just made it up.
Yeah, well, I'm interested. Tell us more about everybodyism.
Everybodyism is a political and economic system where the means of production are owned and controlled by the community as a whole, rather than by private individuals or corporations. It emphasizes social ownership and aims to create more egalitarian society through various forms of collective control.
That you didn't come up with that though. That's just socialism.
No, I came up with it. It's called everybodyism.
Okay, everybodyism. Hey, listen, man. I hope it works out for you. I just want to reiterate though that that's socialism.
It's everybodyism.
I mean, you're just calling it another. I don't know why you're trying to appear smarter than you are today.
Because he's trying to impress that girl.
I mean, I guess so, but like, I think like, first of all, she's not going to be interested. I know that right off the bat.
How could you say that?
Because she was the one who saw you rooting through her dumpster, man. Like that, the ladies don't like that.
But like, what if I was foraging for food?
You were foraging for the clothes that she threw out.
But she threw out socks!
All right. Moving along, Plump's running for dog catcher on the Everybodyism platform. I highly suggest you vote for him. While I don't agree with the fact that he came up with that, I think Everybodyism is worth a shot. So we'll start at dog catcher and we'll work from there. So next up on the list, we have an interview with the Statue of Liberty, and I'm very excited. From Liberty Island, the Green Lady herself, the Pillar of Freedom, the Statue of Liberty. Wow, it's great. It's great that you're very tall. You're very tall. You're just ripping right through this whole studio. That's amazing. Hey, you were fantastic in Ghostbusters too.
Oh, thank you. The other movies that I got, I didn't have any speaking roles, but at least in that one I got to walk around. It was very nice. I got my steps in, and it's important I live by water. I get so dry.
Right. No, absolutely. Hey, you want to know a fun fact about us? Because this isn't the first time we've met. We've met a couple of times. We used to mix it up a little bit in New York. But there was a time where me and Big John Gunling, if you're listening right now, I'm shouting you out. We were on LSD, and we took the Staten Island ferry. And I swear you looked like an iguana holding a gigantic hoagie.
Oh, well, I don't approve of the drug use, but that's a very creative interpretation.
You're a lot whinier than I thought you'd be.
I'm Italian.
I thought you were French.
Yeah, I lived so close to New Jersey for so long. It's an identity crisis.
All right, well that's cool. I don't. Again, like I'm really walking a fine line by just trying to be silly and having such political heavy hitters on the show like Ben Franklin, Statue of Liberty. If you were to give advice to the country right now, what would it be?
The chopped cheese is delicious, but it's nothing compared to a Philly cheesesteak. I don't know why they do that.
I don't know why they do that either. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the country before you leave?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, what is it?
I want my torch lit again. Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Statue of fucking Liberty. Wow, we are really making history today on our fireworks. I mean, 4th of July extravaganza. But we are hitting the half-hour mark, and I would like to get wet.
Do you mean the water park, or are you just being gross?
You're funny, Ernie. So now what we're going to do to play us out is, let me just go ahead and see, Ernie's Fireworks Show.
This is like kind of anticlimactic because you can't see them.
Yeah, but people can hear them. Plus, it's like, it's the 4th of July. They could probably like sync it up to like their local fireworks show, and that would be like, it'd be like interactive like that.
We should really, really get this thing animated.
Yeah, we could,
And you should write a script for next time.
No scripts. We're just doing outlines and improv right now.
I don't think this was a really strong show.
I don't think it really has to be, It was just a nice little outlet. Plus, you got to meet Ben Franklin, and you got to meet the Statue of Liberty. Now let's just enjoy the fireworks show.
Pump, will you hold this?
I'm just gonna set it in my lap. You fucking blew my dick off!
And that seems like the best place to end it. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. Be safe, make good decisions, and whatever you do, don't hand any heavy-set wrestlers any fireworks, because they will blow their limbs off. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you next time on the next show.
When's the next show?
I have no idea, but it'll be soon, maybe. What's the next holiday? We'll do every holiday. We'll put out a special, even if it's forced.
Can I go to the fucking hospital? My fucking sausage is on the ground.
Yeah, you know what, Plump? You always got to make it about you. Let me close the show, and then maybe I'll take you to the hospital. I really want to go to the water park.
If we put on a disguise, can I go to the water park?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, we could put a little, like, wig on you and stuff, and they won't notice.
Is anybody going to attend to me?
Me. You should have been fucking around with fireworks.
It was...